Most musicians treat a no from a promoter as the end of the conversation. It is not. My name is Dall'Asta. I've played over 1,700 gigs in my career and I help musicians build sustainable career as artists. And this is one of the most powerful things that I teach. A no from a promoter is not rejection, it is an opening. And here's exactly how to use it. When a promoter says no, or more often says nothing at all, most musicians take it personally. They assume their music isn't good enough, they assume the promoter doesn't like them, and they assume it's over. So they move on. They never follow up, they never ask why, and they never try again. And that's exactly why their calendar stays empty. And here's the truth, most no's are not permanent. They are timing, they are budget, they are to a full program. They are a booker who opened your email on a bad day. None of those things are about your music. And none of them are forever. And by the way, if this is resonating, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications. I put out videos like this every week for musicians who want to build a real career from playing music. Now let's talk about how to use that no to your advantage. So first of all, start treating every no as data, not as a verdict. When a promoter doesn't reply, ask yourself, did I pitch the right venue for my style? Was my subject line strong enough to get opened? Did my video show them exactly what they would get in the first 10 seconds? So when a promoter gets back to you saying no directly, ask them why. And look, honestly, most will not answer. Some of them will. And even one honest answer is worth 20 guesses. So your real skill here is pattern recognition. Definitely you want to install something that tracks your emails. When you send an email, you need to be able, if the recipient opened it, and if they clicked on it. There are several tools to do this and a simple Google search will help you here. And so did your email get opened? If no, it's probably the subject line. Definitely avoid booking inquiry, gig requests, and all of that. Try to come up with something creative, something that spikes curiosity. And studies show that emails get opened not based on who sends them, but based on the subject line. Now, next scenario, are they opening your emails but not clicking on the link in your email, which should be your best video? Then the copy of the email is bad. So your next action here is to go and fix it, change it, and see if people start clicking on that link. Now, next scenario, they are opening your email, they are clicking the link, but they're still ghosting you or saying no. In that case, that is a positioning problem. So stop treating rejection as a verdict, stop taking it personally, and start treating it as feedback. Now, here's the move no musicians make except for my students. When a promoter says no or not right now, say this. No problem, completely understand. By the way, would it be okay if I added you to my mailing list so that it is easy for you to keep me in mind should an opportunity open up? 90% of the times they will say yes because they feel bad about saying no to the gig. And this gives them an easy out. At this point, you have something more valuable to do than a gig. You are a warm contact on your promoter mailing list. So your action now is every week or two, you send that list of promoters that you have created over the past few months of doing this with a small snippet of one of your performances. So literally every time you play, make sure you record your performance, and then every couple of weeks, you prepare an email to that promoters list. A very simple email. All you do is you put a 60-second snippet of your performance and say, hey, hope you're well, happy Monday, this is what I was up to last weekend, I played a beautiful gig, this is a quick snippet of what I was up to, hope you enjoy it, take care, have a great week, bye. That's it. Very simple email. So it doesn't feel like spam. Actually, most promoters will enjoy that email because it gives them, something nice to sit down at their desk maybe on Monday morning. This is obviously a long-term strategy, but it's a great strategy because guess what? When an opportunity does come up, when a cancellation comes up, guess who they're going to think of? They're going to think of you because you are in their inbox so often. Now, the example that I make all the time is Coca-Cola or McDonald's. Why do you think they still have to advertise all the time, although they are so huge? Everybody knows them, so why do they still advertise? Because guess what? When you're thirsty, who are you going to think of? Coca-Cola. When you're hungry, who are you going to think of? McDonald's. And that's how a no becomes your next gig. So here is your action plan. Step 1, check your emails, go back through every no you've received in the past 6 months. Every promoter who said, not right now. Every venue that never replied after you followed up. And send them one short email this week. Not a pitch, just a check-in. A 60-second clip of a recent performance. And then you add one simple line like, hey, wanted to stay in touch, hope you're well, take care. And of course, make sure you track that and have a spreadsheet at the very least with a list of venues that you have contacted again. If they do reply to this email, of course, ask, is it okay if I added you to my mailing list so that it is easy for you to keep me in mind should an opportunity come up? Step 2. When the next no comes in, ask why. Just ask them why, even if you don't expect an answer. And even just for the reason because this habit of asking trains you to think like a scientist and not like a rejected artist. The trick really when it comes to these strategies and to these things is to take the emotions out of the process. Don't take it personal. Look at the data and then take actions based on your data. As I said, it's really important to install any sort of tracker that helps you see who opens your emails, if they click on it, if they don't open them, and so on and so forth. Step number 3, start building your promoter mailing list. Of course, I do teach mailing list stuff inside my programs, in my workshops. This is different to the mailing list that you would have for your fans. This is a very different thing. This is a dedicated list just for promoters, venues and festivals that still have to book you. It's one of the most underused and undervalued tools in any musician's career. And then musicians who are successful, the musicians who get all the gigs, all the good gigs, again, I say this all the time, they're not luckier, they're more visible, they have systems and they treat outreach and working on their career just like a practice routine. You need to take this seriously, you need to take this as a career because it is one. Slowly but surely, consistently and over time. And trust me, a no today can absolutely be a gig in 6 months' time. But of course, only if you stay in the game. If you want help building this system, the outreach, the follow-up, the mailing lists, all of it, I will leave a link in the description to a resource that walks you through everything step by step. And I want to leave you with something that took me a long time to understand. When musicians hear a no, they just stop. They give up and they move on. And they convince themselves that the industry is against them, that the industry is flawed. The ones who succeed are the ones who stay in the game longer than everyone else. As I always say, they're not more talented, they're not luckier. They built a system. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you on the next one.